So I'm going to point out a flaw of the left and the flaw, or a flaw of the progressive left. And I'm going to offer a solution to it as well. And I think it could be the future of, left-leaning politics, and maybe even with a little bit of luck, conservative politics as well. It's basically called fiscal progressivism. So a problem that the progressives tend to have is they tend to go with the maximum amount, or they end up creating like drastic leaps when it comes to how they want to improve or change policy. And so there's a few examples. So like one of the examples is when it comes to the minimum wage. Like in America, the minimum wage is the minimum wage is around $7.50. So, and then the progressives they just want to jump from $7.50 straight up to $15. Where if they wanted to get more support and more likely to get elected or pushed by like corporate Democrats, they should, instead of increasing it to the maximum, instead do a portion of what the progressives actually want to do. So instead of increasing the minimum wage by which would be $7.50, instead increase it by like $1 or increase it by $2. And you might find then that they might find like a sweet spot. And what they would basically do is that the goal would be $15, but you start by increasing it by $2, and you increase it bit by bit to figure out what works and what doesn't work. And they might find that a sweet spot might actually be $10, where it doesn't cause problems like affecting like small businesses. Another example is when it comes to the left in the UK, and they say they just want to, going from the presence of like full tuition fees, instead they say we want to get rid of all tuition fees. And it's just like, well, what if you just lowered tuition fees by 25% instead? Because that way you're more likely to get more fiscal conservative liberals on your side, and you potentially could get more likely to get these policies through. Another thing that the progressives tend to do as well, but this is in America, is they want to forgive 100% of people's student loan debt for the people who apply. Instead of just forgiving student loan debt completely, why don't they just forgive it by 25% instead, or forgive 20% of student loan debt? So, this could be the future of, progressive, left-leaning, and even luckily conservative politics. And, so fiscal progressivism could be the future of the left. And it could end up leading to much more successes from the left. And it might actually lead to them being pushed more on mainstream media as well. Because the corporate media would be more likely to push people if they're more reasonable with how much they want to spend when it comes to doing the policies. So anyway, I hope this helps with politics. I hope this is the direction that it goes in, because it means that, we improve people's lives a little bit, and then we don't do too much where it costs too much and we can't afford it. So yeah, this could be the future of left-leaning politics and progressive politics. Fiscal progressivism is the future of all politics.